So here we are at Chobham Test Track in not so sunny Surrey, and normally the golden rule on a day like this when it's wet and miserable and there's rain all over the place would be to pack up, put the cameras away and go and have a cup of tea. But not when you've got a couple of cars like this to play with. This is the Evo 10. Quite a car it is too, but obviously there's only really one car that we're ever going to compare the new Evo to, and that's the new STi Scooby. They both got similar amounts of power, they've both got around about 300 horsepower, same amount of torque really. The Evo is a little bit heavier than the Subaru by about 100 kilograms. In this particular one it's got quite a trick gearbox as well with the paddle shifts, but that adds another £1,000 to the price. To a price that's already 3,000 more than the Impreza. So this thing's going to have to do some work to hold off the new STi. Right then, very simple matter of going from 0 to 100 miles an hour as fast as possible. However, in this car it's not that simple because there are about a million gubbins that you have to sort out first. One of which is the AWC, which we need to put in tarmac. Traction control is off. That's in sport. We select first gear. Okay. Against the brakes, full throttle, away we go. First gear. That's better. Changes up at about 7.5. 79, 85, 88, 90. We know it'll do 100 in now. It's not bad. But it's not sensational. I mean, I remember these things used to be absolutely blinding at 0 to 100 test. There we go. That's more like it. That's much better. And I didn't manage to fluff the gear change that time. 91, 92, 100. I think this is 1.5, 2 seconds, maybe even 3 seconds quicker than the Evo. That's a huge difference. Okay, now that I've done my best to brake both cars, let's see how fast they actually went. Matt?
Well, looking at the data here, it looks as if the Subaru's considerably faster. It did 5.1 seconds to 60 miles an hour and 12.5 seconds to 100. Looking at the Evo's figures, well, 5.8 seconds to 60 and then 14.5 seconds to 100, so quite a lot slower.
That's not good, is it? I mean, that is so much slower than an old Evo. I remember an Evo 6 doing something in the 11s to 100. So I don't know whether you'd regard that as progress or not, really. Anyway, next test. Okay, we are now going to do something that I'm not that keen on doing because I think it's going to be quite ridiculous, but they have asked me to do it, and it's known as a slalom test. Quite how much we're going to learn here, I don't know, but I'm not sure the cameraman is going to enjoy this either. Anyway, let's give it a go and see what happens. Come on, Angie. Thank you. Well, I mean, if the engine didn't cut out, it would be at least 2 seconds quicker, I reckon. I presume it looks a lot much cleaner and smoother through the cones. Oh well, it still loses then. Just. Okay, so here we are at the start of the snake at Chobham, and what we're going to do, we're going to time them both through here, just to see which one's quickest. It's a bit greasy, which should be fun, but let's just see what they'll do. It should be about 50 seconds long. Go. Okay, so that's a day playing with the new Scooby and the new Evo. We've had quite a laugh actually, even though we've done some fairly silly tests like the Slalom. What have we learned? We've learned that they're both quite a lot more refined than they used to be. This one in particular, the Evo. We've learned that the Subaru's faster in a straight line, it's faster through the dreaded Slalom test. They're about the same through the Snake, and they're both quite a laugh actually through the Snake. So why doesn't the Subaru win when it's cheaper? Well, because this is just more fun. I really like this car. You can just go absolutely potty in it, and you just almost end up in hysterics. So to me, that's what these things are all about, and it's the winner.